Let's see you shoot. Oh, you missed.
One more chance.
You not perfect? Oh my God.
Nobody's perfect.
I'm glad you admitted it. That's all I wanted to hear.
My name's Coral Lu. I went to University of Kansas for my undergrad and then went to Northwestern for my master's degree. Currently, I am the sideline reporter for ESPN International, but specifically for China project. We do 5 live broadcast games per week. So normally China picks all the games a month ahead and I will get my assignments by the next week. So basically I'm just traveling around the country and cover all those important events. So for example, if they pick Thunder versus Warriors game, then I will be the sideline reporter. What you always see is how Doris Burke does or Rosalind from TNT, they do the pregame segment before the game starts, kind of like predicting and analyze a bunch of stats. Then in the end, we will also provide a lot of information. And after the game, we do walk-off interview with the player. Normally it's from the winning team. And then we will do a lot of feature stories by weekly basis with different players. I graduated in 2015, December. And in 2016, February, that's when ESPN and Tencent, which is one of the largest social media and e-commerce internet companies in China, they signed a 5-year deal. And at that time, they were hiring and recruiting bilingual reporters, producers, and writers. I saw this opportunity. That's how I kind of signed up for it. And I think they were hiring people urgently. So on the second day or the third day, they called me right away. And I went through the interview. They liked me, so they want me to fly to their headquarters to have the interview with everyone, which I did. In the beginning, I was actually looking for assignment editor or producer jobs because I always like production. And I got the assignment editor job because that time I don't really have the actual working experience. My only experience that working for the professional field was at ICS, which is International Channel of Shanghai. So I was interning there. I did internship at ICS. So full name is International Channel Shanghai, and it's one of the biggest international TV station in China. But the fact that I spoke both languages and I understand the NBA content, I think that's really helped me to get that job. I made it!
See?
I went to KU in 2011, so that time I actually applied to 3 schools. KU gave me the offer right away, and I was already in the J school in the first year. And when I was at the KU, my first year of freshman year, I was actually taking some basic journalism classes, but also involved in a show called KU Sports Talk. That show was produced by Terry Bryant, and the last 2 years I was at the Cal Butchers Media Crossroad. I was helping with the Good Morning KU show.
Coming to you live for the first time on television in high definition, this is Good Morning KU. I'm Michael Garrett.
And I'm Coral Lu. Last year, my senior year, I took Max Usler's, I think it was a sports journalism class, but I was also doing a lot of advanced reporting projects. And in my spare time, I do a lot of packages and watch a lot of YouTube stuff. Try to get involved with a lot of people, like a lot of journalism projects too. This year's proposal says, instead of parking zones, the parking permit will be based on how close these parking lots close to campus buildings. There are multiple factors. First, I think is hardworking. Just like what Cal said, you have to be really driven. You have to be very self-motivated and hardworking. And you have to understand this is probably one of the most competitive job in this world. You are competing with tons of people that want to be famous or want to be on the top of the sports industry. And if you don't work hard enough, there will be someone that quickly replace you, because there are just always so many people with those kind of dreams. And be expecting that you're only gonna sleep probably 4 or 5 hours per day, sometimes maybe only 3 to 4 hours per day, especially if you are a sports journalism. Just let me explain like the schedule. Like I travel almost like 25 days per month. So I only stay home probably like 4 or 5 days per month, and my rest time is like traveling. And when you travel, you are traveling from coast to coast. So from East Coast to West Coast. So maybe sometimes, you know, on Tuesday I have a game in Boston. On Wednesday I'm traveling to San Francisco. Then on Thursday I'm traveling to Miami. Then I'm going back to Houston. So it's kind of this kind of schedule, very busy. And in the morning, you have to get prepared to go to the practice. You know, then when the players finish the practice, you're not done. You're actually in the working media room, typing your questions list, you know, writing the script or try to edit the video. And you always have to arrive 3 hours before the game starts too. And when the game finish, most athletes, they're done, right? Like, okay, they finish the interview, or they go home, or they travel with the team. But you are staying in the media room because you have to work, you have to write the news release, you have to finish the interview videos. Those are all the stuff that you have to do because you always have a deadline. So kind of just prepare, you're always just gonna have the problem sleeping, and you are not gonna be able to sleep a lot. And the second one, I think, is just try to be very brave. You know, if you are new, if you're a rookie, people are gonna know, but you can't just act like a rookie. You have to pretend you are very strong and tough. Make sure that you know everyone, and pretend you know what you're doing, even though you don't. So at least when you see someone, go introduce yourself to them, kind of let them know who you are, who you're with, and really try to build a relationship, because you never know. You know, those people, maybe some people you think they're not important, but in the end of the day, they're gonna be super, super helpful to your career. Like, I always build a relationship with a lot of different people. So when I was following Russell Westbrook to China in Shanghai, I saw there's an American following him, right? I don't know who he is. I just kind of went there and talked to him. Then I eventually found out he graduated from KU, and he is a senior VP of the communication department of Nike Air Jordan, which is one of those top management. And you know what? This time I went to Portland, I grabbed lunch with him. We talked a lot of things, and we figured out we actually have a lot of connection, and we can help each other with a lot of projects in future. So, you know, try to be brave, to talk to people, always willing to meet people, and, you know, open mind. I think you have to really know what you want to do, because sports field is small, but when you take a close look, it's actually very big. You have to think like, what do I want to be? Do I want to be like on camera or behind the camera? If I'm on camera, do I want to be like a sideline reporter or host? Or I want to be like a watch, you know, the famous journalist who always break the news, have tons of breaking news, and, you know, shares a lot of secrets of the league with the audience. So you have to know what you want to be, because for me, right now I'm on camera, but before I always wanted to be behind the camera. I want to be the producer. But then I realized, okay, my strategy is I am good at on camera because I'm good at building the relationship with athletes. So all the athletes feel very comfortable talking to me. But also I have the ability to post editing all those videos. So that really helps me to create my own show, you know. So right now I have my show starting next week with the Damian Lillard in weekly basis. And not a lot of people, they're able to do that. So I think when you enter the journalism field, you kind of have to already organize and lay out your career path. And hopefully, before you sign with any sports company, just try to get a mentor. Always have a mentor so he or she could tell you what to do next. And when you get to your first contract of the company, don't be too excited, because that's kind of how I became in the beginning, because I was like, oh my God, I got a job from ESPN. Yeah, I'm just gonna take whatever they give it to me. But no, you have to be telling them kind of like, thank you, I really appreciate. I want to take a look at my contract and I will let you know, because there's so many people, they want this job. So it's always a great opportunity for you to take those great jobs, but also you have to understand that you are special. So you don't want the company to take advantage of you too. So always have the mentor guiding you, always have someone giving you a suggestion before you're making the big move. When I first started this job, I was lost. Not because I don't know what I'm doing. It's actually, I know what I'm doing, but I really need a mentor, because when you are very new to the sports industry, you don't know anyone. Like, it's not like, oh, I don't know the player. Of course, that's Steph Curry, that's LeBron James. You saw them on TV every day. But when you first started, the first thing is you need to know how to talk to them, because they're superstar. Everyone wants to talk to them. Everyone wants to get the special access or special information from them. And if you're new, you don't know how to talk to them, then they're not going to talk to you. And you have to know the best respectful way to talk to an athlete. So when I started, I was lost because I didn't have a mentor. I was kind of just struggling and getting my feet wet and, try to figure out everything by myself. Raksha, Jayhawk, let's go KU. Well, next time when we come to your kitchen, we need to show your refrigerator to all the Chinese fans.
I guess actually, I'm gonna clean up when y'all leave.
Yeah, that's your assignment next time.